Good morning. I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines. Students, professors, and supporters of New College filed a lawsuit against the University System of Florida's Board of Governors and the New College Board of Trustees over a law that limits public colleges' instruction. However, WMNF's Chris Young reports that one trustee welcomes the suit.
Governor Ron DeSantis appointed 6 conservative members to the Board of Trustees in January, and the school has seen many conservative changes since then. Amy Reed is the Director of Gender Studies and faculty representative on the board. She says the timing was no mistake.
They made that announcement on January 6th to signal both to those of us at New College and to the larger right-wing echo chamber that they intended to carry out an assault on the values of American democracy.
So when a group of alumni and supporters dedicated to, quote, saving New College from the right-wing takeover sued the school's trustees, as well as the University System of Florida's Board of Governors and the state's education commissioner over a new Florida law, Reed was pleased.
And despite the fact that I am a named defendant, I am hoping that my colleagues will prevail.
The law is Senate Bill 266. It limits what public colleges can teach about racism, sexism, and oppression. They're asking a judge to block the state from enforcing the 2023 law and to declare that the measure is unconstitutional. For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young.
The Temple Terrace Fire Department has been impacted by a global data breach that the Tampa Bay Times reports also affected Hillsborough County. An investigation by the billing company EMS Management and Consultants, Inc., determined hackers accessed its servers on May 30th and took the personal information of approximately 700 people who were treated or transported by the fire department's ambulance service. The compromised information includes names, dates of service, hospital to which they were transported, and medical record numbers. An earlier letter from the billing company erroneously stated that dates of birth and Social Security numbers were also affected, according to a news release from the city of Temple Terrace. The Times notes a revised letter will be sent to the affected patients. The fire department says they are unaware of any misuse of the information thus far. WLRN's Veronica Saragovia reports that Spanish-speaking Floridians are experiencing far longer wait times when reapplying over the phone for Medicaid coverage.
Spanish speakers are left waiting an average of 2.5 hours to get through by phone to the Florida Department of Children and Families. Stan Dorn directs the Health Policy Project at Unidos US. He and his colleagues determined the average wait time after spending 3 weeks calling DCF each day, in both English and Spanish throughout the day. They found English speakers wait an average of 36 minutes.
Neither way is acceptable. Not many people can take a 36-minute break at work to reach a person on the Medicaid call line and renew their children's coverage. To wait 2.5 hours to reach a human being, that is locking families out of keeping Medicaid.
The National Advocacy Group published its report this week on the difficulties. Dorn is urging the state to use money from its budget surplus as well as federal dollars to hire more staff at call centers. The strain on the centers comes after Florida removed more than 400,000 people from Medicaid, while more than half still qualify. I'm Veronica Saragovia in Miami.
The DeSantis administration has drawn another lawsuit over legislation abrogating faculty rights to have neutral arbiters review employment decisions, this time on behalf of instructors laid off this summer at the University of South Florida. The Florida Phoenix reports the 35-page complaint filed Tuesday follows a similar lawsuit filed 2 weeks ago by the United Faculty of Florida on behalf of its members at New College of Florida, alleging violation of the union's collective bargaining agreements. Both complaints attack this year's SB 266, a major reorganization of Florida's higher ed system that included a ban on taking employment disputes to arbitration. Under the law, university presidents get the last word. The complaint seeks a court order blocking enforcement of the ban and requiring the university to honor the union contracts. A Hillsborough County Circuit judge has certified a class action in a lawsuit about whether the University of South Florida should return fees to students because of a campus shutdown early in the COVID-19 pandemic. Judge Darren Farfanti issued an order Monday approving a request by a named plaintiff, Valerie Marie Moore, to make the case a class action that would apply to students enrolled at USF in 2020 and the spring semester of 2021. The lawsuit is one of numerous cases in Florida and across the country seeking refunds of money that students paid for services that were not provided due to the pandemic. The Florida Supreme Court last month said it will take up a case that alleges that USF breached a contract with a student and should return fees. In weather, it's going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 90 today and a 60% chance of rain. That same rain chance continues into Friday with a daytime high of 91. I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines on 88.5 FM and WMNF.org.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.